All right. So I wanted to talk to you about this, but I said, you know what? Let's do it in a video. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Tomas,
I'm Elijah.
and you're watching Project 518.
How's it going, everyone?
So today's video is going to be about 3 signs that you are leveling up. I mean, there's more signs, but these are 3 that I've been noticing a repetition of as I go throughout my journey here.
Hey, okay. So proof is in the pudding.
The proof is in the pudding.
All right. So I'm guessing that this discussion is gonna just be like generally about leveling up then, huh? And you got 3 signs that show you that you're leveling up.
Right.
All right, man. Let's
All
get
right.
into it.
All right, let's get into it. So the first one, as you level up, the obstacles you face get harder. So what I mean by that is, in my opinion, life is like you're always going to get shit thrown at you. But the more you level up, the bigger that shit is going to be, basically. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be
Right.
so, like, let's say, I don't know, you can, yeah, like normally you get like your car has a flat, this and that, like, but the more you level up, I feel like those problems kind of get bigger. And you can choose to look at them as like, oh man, my life sucks, I got all these problems, or you can look at them as a part of life, like they are, you know. So as you level up, you're going to get more of these like inconveniences that will be a little bit more intense, but the payout will also be bigger.
Right. Yeah. So like you'll find like different occurrences in your life that might seem like they're challenges or obstacles that you need to get through. But like that's just kind of like the birds before land and showing that like something good is about to happen to you, but like you just have to go through the bad to like receive the good, kind of like.
Right. And
Okay.
I was thinking about this, especially because of what happened last week. I told you I was out in California driving, and I got a rental car, and I didn't check the tires, but both tires were just so worn out that they both popped on the highway, and we were stranded in the desert for like 12 hours. And I was like, man, like either something didn't want me to get to California, and I mean, it was a whole spiel, and I ended up calling, like, we ended up waiting for tows for 12 hours, and finally I ended up calling my own tow truck, and they put me out a good amount of money. So I was like looking at it like bummed out. I'm like, damn, I just lost a whole day. I'm out almost $1,000. Like the rental car left us stranded. Like, what am I gonna do? And then I'm started thinking, like, that's just part of it. Like, there's always this little crap that comes at you, and you can choose to like cry about it, or you can take it and just solve it and keep going. And I figured, since I'm moving forward, I'm starting to push forward with everything in life. I feel like this stuff is coming up more and more. There's always something to deal with.
Right. Yeah. And it goes to show like the more that you have to deal with, the more that you have to receive as well. So like the more like you have to put out, the more you have to put in. So
Exactly.
like yeah, man, totally agree with that.
Life just throws shit at you 24/7. So I mean, the sooner you get comfortable with that, the better it's going to be. There's always
Yeah,
going to be
man.
crap to deal with.
Right. Yeah. When you're leveling up, it's gonna like really try to test you and be
Right.
like, hey, are you worthy?
Exactly.
Like, can you keep going? Can you keep running? When you're climbing the steps to the top, they're gonna keep trying to push you back down, but you just keep on climbing anyway.
Point number 2, you start to lose a little bit motivation. So in my experience, when you start something, you create something, you start like on a path to leveling up, you start a business, you start this, you start that. After a while, you kind of lose your motivation. I think motivation only lasts so long. And this is a sign that I think you're just like, maybe it's a test, but I think motivation eventually runs out. And unless you got the discipline to carry you until that motivation sparks again, that's like another test right there. So I think after a while, your motivation is going to motivation goes like this. So at the time you're motivated, you got to create that discipline to keep pushing, because that's when you're going to really get ahead. That motivation goes low and you quit, you're done. You didn't get anywhere. But if you just keep your discipline, keep pushing in the gym, in anything, like we were talking about the gym earlier, I think
Mhm.
that's a good one too. I mean, let's say like you get a new I don't know, new equipment or new I don't know, new clothes for the gym, new work pre-workout, whatever. You get that little hype up, you're like, oh, I want to hit the gym this week. I gotta try it. Or even New Year's, you're all motivated, you're pumped. Month later, you're like, oh man, I don't know. I'm not feeling it today. And then
Right.
one day becomes 2 days off, then 2 days becomes 4 days off, and then next thing you know, you've been off a month, and then yeah,
Right. So finding the ability to be able to maintain your hunger when you feel like you're losing motivation kind of shows that you're on your way towards success
you
in
are
your
a
journey. For sure. Cause I think that like in everything that we do, like if you're doing something, if you're striving for something, you're like hungry for it. You want to satisfy that need in you to accomplish that goal. And like as you're working towards it, or even when you accomplish it, like you'll find that you might start to lose hunger, and you know what I'm saying. But like being able to channel that hunger and that motivation can definitely carry you to success.
for sure. And I think a lot of the time people lose motivation faster because they're doing things for the wrong reasons. Like if you're going to the gym because you want to get more girls, you're more you're more prone to lose motivation quicker than someone who's doing it for their own, for their own sake, for their own happiness or their own goals.
Definitely, if you're doing something for the sake of others rather than the sake of yourself, you'll definitely lose in the end. You won't have any motivation for it.
Right. And I mean, the moment I started seeing more results at the gym, for example, is when I stopped. Sometimes, like that initial motivation when I first started really taking it seriously, it was like I would skip days that I didn't feel well, or like I drank too much the night before, I stayed up too late. But now it's like after months of just like going every day, no matter how I feel, now I can just like, no matter how I feel, I'm gonna go, rain or shine. If I feel like crap, if I feel good. So that discipline that I created will carry me through the days of low motivation. And I think that's when you really start to push ahead, because others will stay back and not go the extra distance those days. And even the strength that you're creating within yourself to just push through those feelings.
That level of discipline is definitely one that, like, if you got like ask any successful man, I feel like they'd have that kind of discipline, like to be able to, operate a successful life.
That's applied everywhere, not just the gym, but like in
Mhm.
other areas too. It's consistency. Motivation dies out, but your consistency will get you through. And I think when you start losing a little motivation, that's just a sign that you're getting further and further ahead.
Yeah, because like maintaining your consistency will pull you back through and then kind of restore your motivation. I feel like,
The last but not least,
oh,
the
hold on. I don't know if I'm ready for this yet, bro. All right, I'm ready.
okay, the sign number 3 that you are leveling up. You might find that you have a lot less time now, time to waste, and you might also find that more distractions are coming your way. So what I mean by that is with all the things you have going on, you notice that your time is less for fooling around, for scrolling through to TikTok. And when you do, and you see that kind of more distractions start coming your way, you can either apply this time productively or you can use it to distract yourself. You start to value that time that you have a little bit more, and who you spend it with, what you spend it doing, and appreciate every minute that you can use productively.
Important thing to talk about when it comes to like people that are driven by thoughts of their own success, because like the way that you spend your time is so important. That's crazy that you brought that up, because dude, I feel like that's something that me and you are both starting to like go through right now, is time management, and like realize that a lot of the stuff that we're doing, if when we're doing something that's like distracting, or like you're talking about like scrolling through social media, or like whatever, doing stuff that's not really as productive as it can be,
Mhm.
then you kind of feel like you're wasting your time. So I agree to you that that's a sign that you're on your way to success, because you're starting to be aware that time is like the most valuable asset that you have, and what you're doing with that time is important.
No one's perfect. I waste a lot of time still. I'm not gonna lie to you. I get on TikTok and next thing I know, 30 minutes have gone by and I'm like, shit. But you start to feel how important that time you wasted was. Like maybe a couple of years back, I would have been mindlessly just scrolling for hours and I'd be like, I feel great, man. TikTok was funny, life is good. But it's like you start to notice what you're really doing and how it really affects you.
You're just like distracting yourself going into like that void, like
Yeah.
brainless going in there.
I think also like more distractions start coming your way. I feel like more like random like unnecessary stuff starts coming up. I feel like whether it's like people trying to drag you into nonsense things that you don't care about that is tempting, you know?
When you notice that your time is becoming more valuable and more important because you're doing more important things with your life, that you're because you're that's what your brain's telling you as you're elevating. So that means that you're starting to realize the importance of your time, and that's like the sign showing you that
Gotcha.
your
Yeah.
time is more important.
That's kind of like the antagonist is like throwing those little distractions at you because
Mhm.
your time is kind of gaining importance, gaining value. So you're going to be throwing all these little things to kind of get you back down, you know? So don't
Right,
get
yeah, and
focus. Don't get
yeah,
distracted.
focus. Remember your dreams.
Those are the three signs I've had. I mean, if you have any more signs, we can make it. If you have a surprise fourth, please drop it, dude.
Yeah, the bonus encore sign.
Yeah, the bonus.
I feel like another sign that like you're starting to become more successful in like in life and stuff to kind of actualize is just realizing that you're more positive throughout your day, and like you can carry more positivity throughout your day knowing that you're more comfortable in who you are. You know what I mean? Because I feel like when you're not really actualizing your dreams or anything, you kind of feel a feeling of like insecurity or lack, you know. So like knowing that if you can like tell yourself like you carry yourself through the day, knowing that you're positive and you're like a little bit more comfortable in your life and in your situation and in your environment and what you're doing, what is success but not just your only happiness, you know what I mean, in life.
Correct.
So
I definitely agree with that. And I want to add to that too. Like you feel more positive and you don't let other people's negativity drag you down either, you know? Because at least for me, like if I feel good, I'm not going to let anyone try to drag me down with their bullshit, you know? And usually I used to let it affect me a lot, but I think like once you get to that state, other people's like when other people are down here trying to drag you down, they're like, "Oh, why did you do that? That's so dumb." Like, you know, when you're feeling good, you're like, "Oh man, check this out. I did this today. I accomplished all this." And they're like, "I could have that's nothing, bro. That's stupid." Like this and that. You're like,
right,
they can't bring you down, you know?
yeah, you can't let other people's energies throw you off. This was basically, though, we'll just say the three signs that you're headed on to a more successful life. Did you
Three
say it?
signs that you are leveling up. Actually, four signs now. Sorry. Those are four signs that you're leveling up because you gave us a bonus one. So if you made
Okay,
it this far in this video,
thank you. You just uncovered that hidden treasure of a fourth sign.
stay leveling up. Thank you for watching this.
Yeah,
Thank you for making it this far. You know what to do. If you like this, hit that like.
yeah, hit that subscribe.
Yeah, we're coming out with more videos next week. So stay
Oh yeah,
posted.
oh yeah, and stay focused.
This has been Project 518. We are out.
Peace.
Peace. Oh, wait. How do I stop recording?